I want once more and that. And you guys all sounded like you're out in a Bengali wedding. Keeping it classy, Abish. Welcome to Son of Abish. We've got an awesome show for you tonight. We've got Gursimran Khamba and Tanmay Bhat in the house. Yeah. Good. Let's all start off with what's been happening in the world, right? First of all, let me say congratulations. We have a new Prime Minister. That's right. And did you know this? I don't know if you know this. There were samosas being given for free at Times Square. It's funny that the samosas I've seen in Times Square, not this guy. I hope parents you learned something this election. Do not force your kid to do a career that he doesn't want to do. True, right? Varun Gandhi won in Sultanpur. Varun Gandhi. You know what? This election, I never thought I'll hear the word Gandhi and winning in the same sentence. So I was following the election today. I'm guessing everyone was following the election today on the internet also. And you know, I was watching it on TV and there was this huge panel discussion on Times Now. Yeah? Yeah? You guys saw that, right? It's amazing. There was like Arnab Goswami and then there was other guy, Arnab Goswami. Then Arnab Goswami asked a question to Arnab Goswami and then Arnab Goswami interjected while the other Goswami. It was amazing. But let's face this, I was watching this guy for a long time. I got a little bored and I thought I should shift to my second best channel, India TV. You know you watch India TV for recreation, right? I shifted to India TV and now I'm convinced that Modi is an alien and Rahul Gandhi is a ghost. Darinda! Papi Darinda! I don't know. Well, after this election, he is the ghost anyway. Okay, let's go to the next. So I don't know if you know this, but in Turkey, there was a burglar who returned the goods and apologized to a disabled woman. So a bunch of burglars got in, right? They stole the goods. They felt bad because she was handicapped and returned it. And I was like, oh, this robbery just turned into a Cadbury ad. My imagination. But they also left a note behind, okay? They left a note, this is true. They left a note behind saying, we are thieves, but we have a conscience. We are really sorry, we didn't know that you were disabled, please forgive us. If in India, if a thief had a change of heart and if he wanted to give the product back, is there like a headquarter helpline that he can call? Like, can he go like...
Hello and welcome to the Indian National Congress hotline. Press 1 for Hindi. English के लिए 2 दबाएं. To offer condolences to Rahul Baba on today's loss, press 1. Press 2 if you gave ideas to save Robert Vadra. Press 3 to return stolen goods. Really? Are you sure you pressed 3? I mean, no one has ever pressed 3 as an option before, ever. Arvind, is that you? Kejru, say something. Kejru, don't be shy. Is that you? Come on, Bachu. Nakal. Say something.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the IPL is on! Yay! And I don't give a shit. Next news. It's true, actually. But this is way more interesting. A drunk woman busted for loud sex in an airplane bathroom after after the co-passengers had complained. But again, let's be honest. Stuff like this would only happen in Virgin Atlantic. It actually happened in It's a joke, which is I didn't even make that. But it's true. Stuff like this would never happen. Can never happen in India because we're not the kind of people who make loud sex noises while we are having sex, right? We never do that. Like, simple concept such as dirty talk is also warped in our country. You know what's that idea of a dirty talk? पड़ोसी सुनेगा तो? And if you're And if you're feeling adventurous, right? If you guys are feeling adventurous, do this in Air India. I'll tell you what. Because the cabin crew can't do shit, right? Because you be as loud as you want. There's a Kalpana Sunay. Sorry, my hearing aid is broken. One. Hello. Leonardo DiCaprio just spent $10 million on an apartment that has aromatherapy, air, vitamin C, showers. Wow. All this yet no Oscar. Oh, like तुम्हारी माँ हो. Oh man. Yeah bro, like Leonardo DiCaprio. How many Gujaratis in the house? Lovely, lovely. 40 light years away, there is a planet made of diamond that's been found. Yeah, it's a good to people. Pack your bags and fuck right off. Let's do this. Take Himesh with you. You know, they say diamond. You know this, right? Diamond is the hardest known material to man. That's not true. That's not true. You know what's harder? A breakup. William Shakespeare? Yeah? Arshad Varsi, there. Shakespeare. Oh, this is. Oh, okay. Wow, totally looks like Arshad Varsi. William Shakespeare turns 450 degrees in his grave after watching Ram Leela. Dude, Ram Leela is a story of Romeo and Juliet, you know this, right? Ram Leela had to change their name to Goliyon Ki Ras Leela Ram Leela. I'm glad that William Shakespeare didn't have to go through this ordeal. You know, he didn't have to change the name of his iconic plays, otherwise in school we'll be Raining Bullet, Romeo and Juliet. Did you guys know this? Like, those who don't know, that Shakespeare has contributed a lot of words to the English dictionary, right? Example, he gave us the word swagger. Yeah. And we made into swag. Right? He gave us the word laughable. We made into lol. Right? He also gave us the word puking. And you know what we made it into? Oh my god, last night was so much fun, like, I have no idea. Like she was telling me and I was like, it's great, it's can you imagine if Shakespeare actually wrote Romeo and Juliet for today's generation? One of the most iconic romantic love stories in the history of the world would have started with these words. Infinity! Because it takes a... Next news is, ladies and gentlemen, Rajinikanth joins Twitter. Know this? Rajinikanth joins Twitter. And I will slap anyone who makes that joke again. I swear I know karate and shit. Okay? No. Yeah, Rajinikanth doesn't join Twitter. Shut the fuck up! Don't. By the way, fuck is not a bad word. It's a sound effect he makes every time he walks. Fuck. He's put up 3 tweets so far, and he's got 4 lakh followers already. Right? Let's see how Rajni would have probably tweeted these things. Okay, let's go into his first tweet. Was Salutations to the Lord. Vanakkam. Annavarkum. A big thank you to all my fans. Excited on this digital journey. Go full stop girl. Divided by Ayu's giggle. I totally laughed at that joke. Okay. Then the second tweet. Right now the second tweet is many thanks to everyone for such a warm welcome given to me in Twitter. It's not a grammatical error, guys. Like, you know, it's not. Because Rajinikanth is so awesome that he's not on Twitter, he's... Shut the fuck up! Shut up! I don't... Together. Give it up for Mr. Tanmay Bhat Gursimran Khamba!
Just to give you an idea of how pointless this is, he is my flatmate.
Everyone knew he was going to win. Like by yesterday, like everyone knew he was going to win. So all the news channels are very smart. They're all prepared for this, right? So today, I think on one of the headlines today or some of these channels, they have those graphics, right, of NDA this much and UPA this much. So they had the three leaders, of course. Others pe Akhilesh ka photo tha. So they had NDA pe, they made one 3D character of Modi. On UPA they had one Rahul, and on others they had whoever, right? Except that it was so sad. Even there Rahul Gandhi got no respite from anyone. Because NDA के बाद में मोदी के character full yeah. And Rahul is the whole time for one whole day on loop, just like. और वो 3D कार्टून में भी उसकी मार रहे हैं लोग. It's so sad. The whole day he's on loop like. Rajiv was so excited today. This actually happened on air. He was so excited. Like all the news anchors were jizzing on what happened. Like मतलब सब कांग्रेस की ले रहे आज दिन भर. No Sanjay, tell me how you fucked up. ऐसा हो रहा था. So at one point this is actually true. If you go back, this is actually true. At one time Rajiv Sardesai is cutting to Sanjay Jha, okay? And Rajiv Sardesai actually said this. He was like, "Come on Sanjay, you must admit you." And I shouldn't say this on national television. You effed up, okay? You effed up. And then he's smiling for like 10 minutes like very guy like earlier. Looking around like you effed up, okay?
Yeah, did you know Khamba has been to Pakistan, correct?
I don't know why that's hoo-hoo, but...
No, that's because Khamba has a Wikipedia page, okay? So, in which it's written, Khamba went there to do stand-up comedy. I'm like,
Which is actually not true. I went there with much more noble intentions. I went there to actually, I was chairperson for a youth conference. So, the idea was to bridge gaps between like Indian youth and Pakistan youth. But my favorite moment... I don't know why that's funny. साला सनी देओल गदर में कर सकता है कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. मैं कर रहा है तो मतलब.
But what's to, if you want to bridge Indian youth and Pakistan youth, just play Coke Studio. Everyone will get it. Both countries are like, ये better है, ये वाला football है, ये सब. Leslie Lewis, seriously, is that the best one you have?
PIA is fun if you actually ever manage to fly PIA. I think they stopped that Bombay Karachi direct flight. I fucked up royally on that flight because middle class, right? So in your head, international flight, मतलब full दारू चिपकाएगा मतलब 3 wine तो पिएगा. And this one, you think Air India hostesses are bad? PIA hostesses, something else. Like it's different. Okay, imagine Air India hostess just with 10 times the henna. Okay, it's the exact same. It's the same thing. So stewardess comes and I'm sitting there, okay, and I'm एक तो गान फटी है पहली बार ही जा रहा हूँ. Because and that time I used to wear a turban, so very obviously Indian. So I'm sitting in the flight and the stewardess comes, what would you like to drink? And I'm like, can I have wine please? And she's just looking at me like, कितने मेरे religious तूने अभी offend करा है मुझे? She's just thinking, and I suddenly realized, oh fuck, I fucked up. There's no alcohol, obviously. So I said, do you have Pepsi? They're like, yeah. Now in any international airline, they have those tiny cans, right? They give you the can, no can. 2 liter का bottle. I'm sitting there and she's like full cleavage in my fucking face. And I'm like, this is... It was fun. The food is fantastic. Pakistan was my first international trip, okay, and sadly. But वहाँ पे इतनी फील आती है ना क्योंकि वहाँ 10 रुपए की भी औकात है ना बिकॉज पॉजिटिव एक्सचेंज रेट है लाइक 10 रुपए का 17 मिलता है लाइक मेरा गांधी तेरे जिन्ना से बेटर
It's a great experience. I like
It was
it.
fun.
We have to say that now.
Okay.
Love Pakistan. Alright, Tanmay, something very cool. What does this remind you of? This is something we have to address. If you haven't followed this hashtag, you're missing out on shit. Tanmay, would you like to elaborate?
This is a hashtag that I run on Twitter. So the problem, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm fat. I'm just putting it out there. I don't know. Some people don't understand. So what happens is the more followers now that we've gained on Twitter, this it doesn't just happen with me, it happens with Khamba as well. Where for the reply to everything that I say that you don't like has to be a reference of something obnoxious. Like I'll give you an example. Today Modi made a speech at Vadodara, right, after he won. And the whole 2-hour speech, the whole thing was just देखो मैं जीता, तुम लोग ने जिताया, मैं बेस्ट है, तुम लोग बेस्ट है, हम दोनों बेस्ट है, कांग्रेस गार्ड बनाने गया, मैं बेस्ट है. 2-hour speech of just 5 lakh votes, I'm best, बाकी सब. Okay, and so as an Indian citizen and not someone necessarily who doesn't like Modi, as an Indian citizen, I thought that when someone becomes PM, your first speech, no matter what it is, your first address in front of the media, you should talk like the PM and not like the candidate of a party, right? Which is a perfectly fair assumption to make. So I tweeted saying he could have done so much more with this speech, sigh. That's what I tweeted. The first reply, he should have spoken about your obesity or what? That's the first reply. Abhi Matu, tu likhna speech jaake. So, and this happens on a daily basis. So anything, whatever I say, cute puppy I saw on the road, bed mat uspe sale. Obnoxious shit. That has nothing to do with anything. So what I do is I hashtag it with Irshad. This is my way of saying कि sir आपने क्या बात कही है. You are amazing.
मैं सुबह 7 बजे दरवाजा खोलता हूँ नंगा योगा कर रहा होता है. I have seen your Frenchies with the whole hanging on that shit.
Hello Delhi, I had to shift it from Delhi to Bombay. Yeah. Did you also have to face the same problems that sometimes I had to go like, oh तुम दिल्ली से हो? अच्छा, flat available नहीं है sir, sorry, suddenly it just disappeared.
No.
Welcome to the roast of Abish Mathew. Thank you very much.
You know, like I have to say this. I was telling Amma this backstage. Okay, Abish, whenever I watch his show, like his is the only show I watch with a smile throughout the whole show, where I'm just loving this guy being who he is. But it's awesome.
There's more. There's
but you cannot imagine how annoying it is to have this personality for 24 hours a day. It's too much. Everything you are fucking having breakfast. So, you know, what's the deal with bread? Have you seen about bread? You know, when my mother was eating bread one day. Oh fuck, you don't know about it. It's too much.
Like genuinely, I look at Abish every morning and I'm like, why the fuck are you so happy? Like हमारा घर कूड़ेदान के बगल में है, तो खुश क्यों है? He's like, yeah, the day is fucking amazing. Like he is the, तेरे को पता है वो चाय का ad होता था ना 90s में.
90s are a good time, man.
अरे
What are you saying, man? 90s are before 2000. Oh man, awesome, man.
You went to WrestleMania though. Yeah.
That is fucking happiness. If any wrestling fans in the room, fuck. Jake the Snake dude, who was at the airport, who had just okay, I don't know if you've heard about this, but there is this thing which has now happened called the AIB curse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, now for anybody listen to the podcast, say जो होता था at time पे. So the AIB curse is every time we would do a podcast and discuss a celebrity. Now invariably it would be a celebrity who was in the news and they'd happen to be old. But about a week or two after we would discuss them in the podcast, they would die.
It's happened a few times. It happened with AK Hangal. It happened with who else?
Rajesh Khanna.
Rajesh Khanna. Then we made a video about Talla Dalal.
Talla Dalal. 5-6 of them at least. And people started noticing. Not even us. Like people started alerting us कि तुम इसके बारे बात मत करो क्योंकि वो मर जाएगा. One day before this, I was at the WrestleMania Hall of Fame where Ultimate Warrior gave his speech like he came back to wrestling after 10 years.
Oh.
The day I landed, he died. I remember texting Tanmay saying, fuck, ये US में भी फैल रहा है.
So I was one of the producers on the red carpet for the Slumdog Millionaire launch in India, right? If you guys remember, Slumdog Millionaire launched in India the day at IMAX Vadala, okay? The day they announced the Oscar nominations. Like that's how late it had launched. So I remember, yeah, it was a very special day, and तभी उस दिन मतलब सब Slumdog Millionaire के तभी तो सब आ गए थे क्योंकि अपनी पिक्चर है ना, of course. अपनी पिक्चर. So everything, the whole, all of Bollywood was there, and I was producing this for Fox, So उधर Indian media की कोई देख नहीं रहा था, but they saw my Fox badge and everyone would come to talk to me like, hi, how are you? And because Fox, right? So I'm on the red carpet and I remember I saw Mukesh Ambani walk towards Slumdog. So I said, must get his bike. So after the show gets over, Mukesh Ambani walks out. There's security people around him and the place is packed because there are 5 shows of Slumdog going on at the same time. Now he comes out and I say, sir, we must get a bite from you. And naturally, even he, Fox, ka to wo bhi fan hai apparently. So even he was like, no, I'm a billionaire, but I will talk to you because Fox. So he stops and he starts talking to me, right? He doesn't need to talk to me, but he starts talking to me. And I'm just getting a bite. And now as I'm talking, there's a lot of people around me, a lot of security people around me, full crowd, everyone's getting pushed. Now there's an old lady right here. Now my camera's here, it's getting a shot of Mukesh Ambani. Old lady right here wants to pass. Because if she doesn't, she'll fucking get crushed, man. So I was like, okay, you can go, but go underneath my arm. Go underneath my arm, okay? So she's like, cool. Now she goes underneath my arm, except just when she's under my arm, her head hits my hand, and my mic goes into Mukesh Ambani's face. Like, I smacked Mukesh Ambani right on the face. Like Arvind Kejriwal would have sex with me right now. Went bang into his face. That night was very interesting because I got to fuck with a lot of people. I remember Ilarun comes out of the theatre, right? And the Oscars nominations have just been announced. And if you remember, Slumdog got 2 nominations at the Oscars for music. Now, I didn't know which 2 songs were nominated. It was O Saya and Jai Ho. I didn't know this. So Ilarun walks out of the theatre and my producer comes and tells me, dude, 2 songs from Slumdog got nominated. So Ilarun, she sang Ringa Ringa in Slumdog, right? So I'm like, Ila ji, 2 gaane nominate ho gaye, Ila ji. How do you feel? And she's like, oh my god, Ringa Ringa got nominated. I'm like, yes, it did. Yes, it did. And she's like, oh my god. Her daughter's there and they hug and she has tears in her eyes and oh my god, the best day of her life. And I'm like, if she like, I took a call, right? If she actually got nominated and I got crying Ilarun on camera, I would have gotten 10 grand extra just for that fucking fight. So I said, what's the big deal? Players come to us, edit पे काट देंगे, उसमें क्या होगा? And she's all like, oh my god, तुमने इतनी खुशी दी है मुझे and blah and blah.
But talking about singing, Tanmay, you are a trained classical singer.
I used to.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I trained from like the 5th standard to the 9th standard. Then I stopped because my voice broke.
You did sing. So, by the way, so can he. Khamba, you can sing too, right? Right?
देख हमने घर इकट्ठे जाना है बाद में. तो ध्यान से.
You can sing. No, I've got proof that you can sing.
I have.
Yeah. A big round of applause for Daniel, Kunal Khamba, and for Amol Renegade. They did spend their time and we wrote the show together over here. Thank you. Give it up once again.